Hey guys, welcome to Pregnancy and Postpartum TV. Today we're going to be doing a prenatal yoga class specifically for sciatica to relieve pain from sciatica as well as low back pain. I did a previous video of prenatal yoga for sciatica and I got really amazing feedback from you guys. You guys said that it helped a lot and a lot of you were doing it over and over again. So I thought I would do another one so you guys could mix it up a little bit. So of course I put out videos every Wednesday. I always add to this playlist of prenatal yoga and fitness videos. So if you like videos like these, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and ding the bell to get notified every Wednesday when I put out a new video. All right, let's get started. We're going to start at the top of our mat, feet about hip width distance apart. We can bring our hands up to Namaste and you can close your eyes and deep inhale in. Bring your hands down to your side and swoop them up above, looking up at your thumbs and bringing them back down to Namaste. Inhale, looking up, and this time bringing your hands through center, and with a lengthened spine you can bend your knees, fold all the way forward and hang at the bottom. If you need to bring your feet a little bit wider apart to make room for your belly, you can. And cross your elbows and just hang. Relax your neck, shake your head no. And release your hands and roll up one vertebra at a time. Your head's the very last thing to come up. Bring your hands back to Namaste prayer. And inhale, bringing your hands up. And exhale, micro bend in your knees all the way forward. And this time we'll bend our knees even more, plant our hands, and step back into an all fours position. And tuck our toes and press into a downward dog. And breathe. And from here, we will take baby steps all the way forward and walk back to the top of our mat. And once we're there, roll up one vertebra at a time. And coming back to a standing position. We're going to take one leg back for triangle position. And so your hips are facing the side of the mat. Inhale your arms out and reach your front arm towards the front of your mat. Drop it in front of your leg and the other arm reaches up. And if it's comfortable, you can look up at that top hand. And on an inhale, we will come back up and switch our feet around for triangle on the other side. And once you're there, breathe. And on an inhale, activating your core, coming up. We're going to turn our feet out and take our hands up into cactus position and bend our knees for goddess pose. And one more breath with our hands up And then bring your hands down to your knees if it feels good. You can even press out just to get a nice stretch through your groin here. Twisting your shoulders in if that feels good. Good. And inhale, coming up. And now we're going to pigeon toe our toes in, heels out. And exhale, arms to the side, placing them on hips. Inhale, lifting your chest. Exhale, hinging at the hips, holding all the way forward to a wide-legged forward fold. You can place your hands on the ground in front of you. If you need to walk your feet out a little bit farther, that's absolutely okay. And inhale, coming halfway up, lengthen the spine. And exhale, folding forward. And breathe. Spreading your toes, shifting weight to the outside edge of your foot. Shift your weight into your hands a little bit and heel toe your feet in towards each other until just a little bit wider than hip width. And then you can bend your knees and move into a yogi squat. If your heels come off the ground, that's absolutely fine. You could roll up your mat or put toilet paper rolls underneath your heels to support them, or if they come down to the ground, that's fine too. We'll take a couple of breaths here. This position is great for labor preparation. And exhale, and we're going to move on to all fours now. And so wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and we'll move into some gentle cat-cow. And exhale, arching your back up, and inhale, keeping your core engaged, and moving with your breath. And coming back to a neutral spine, and we'll do some hip circles. This should feel really good, so just move however feels good for you. And when you're ready, you can go the other way. And we're going to make a C shape, so come back to a neutral spine and stick your hip out to one side and then curve your back as if you're making a C shape. And then when you're ready, you can make your C shape on the other side, stretching out your side body. And we'll do one more time on the other side. And other side. Good. Now we're going to make our way safely down onto our side and do some of our sciatica stretches. So safely down to protect the core from diastasis recti, and you can either put a pillow under your head or prop yourself up. And we'll bend our bottom leg here and move our top foot over top of our knee, and this might be where you stop here, but depending on how deep you want to go in your stretch, you can heel toe your foot closer or pull it with your arm. You can also bring this bottom knee up to support behind your foot until you feel a nice stretch there, and you can take the pressure off your sciatic nerve. And so this stretch should feel good, and we'll just hang out here for a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, you can start to heel toe your way out of the position, relaxing and taking your knee. We can also do some hip circles, just however feels good. And if you wanted to stretch that leg up, just again, however far feels good. You may be right here, or you may be able to grab your big toe and stretch a little more. And on an exhale, bringing that leg in, bending it, and you can reach for the top of your foot and bringing your knee down, press your foot into your hand for a nice quad stretch. Good, and we will release and flip over to the other side. And bending your bottom leg and moving into your figure 4 stretch on this side. And when you're ready, slowly moving out of the pose, and you can grab that knee for some nice hip circles. And stretching the leg up. And release, bending your knee, grabbing your foot, and pressing for a quad stretch. Good. And releasing out of the pose, we will push up very carefully and move into a forward fold. So if you want to make room for your belly, you can put your legs a little bit wider apart and inhale up and exhale, fold forward. You may not get as far as you usually do depending on how big your belly is, but release forward, stretch out your back. And on an inhale, coming up, and we're going to do a seated sciatica stretch now. So you can take your ankle and cross it over top of your thigh, just above your knee, and you can sit up straight and you can walk your foot closer for a deeper stretch. So just whatever feels good for you here, and take a couple of breaths. And one more breath here. And we'll switch sides. Sitting up nice and tall, and breathe. Try to feel the tension in your hips relax. Let your knee fall down. Good. And from here, we'll slowly move out of that pose and we'll move into a wide-legged forward fold. So again, it really doesn't matter how far your legs are apart, just whatever feels good for you. And give yourself a little bit of a boost and you might stay here, or if it feels good, only if it feels good, you can fold forward and breathe. And with a lengthened spine, if you're forward, walking your hands back. And we're gonna bring our feet together for diamond posture. So leaving quite a bit of space between our pelvis and our heels. And inhale up and exhale, folding forward just as far as feels comfortable. And getting, again, a nice stretch through there, taking the pressure off that sciatic nerve. And relax your belly, relax your pelvic floor, relax your hips. Ready, pressing up. And we're gonna make our way onto our knees here. If you need to, you can put a pillow under your knees or roll up your mat. And we're just gonna be doing a really gentle back bend here. So you can place your hands just above your bum and inhale, and then just tip your chest back, look up for a really gentle back bend. Activate your core. Feel like you're pulling the muscles together to protect your abdominal muscles from splitting. And one more breath here. Feel like there's a string pulling up. Lots of length in your spine. And inhale, coming up. And exhale. We'll take our knees wide apart, lots of room for our bellies, into child's pose. We're almost done here. And take a couple of breaths here. And walking your hands up. We're going to sit just to the side again to stretch out there. You can walk your hands the opposite way to feel a really nice stretch through your glutes and your lower back here. And coming back to center and moving to the other side and stretching the other way. And coming back to all fours, we're going to thread the needle. So taking your right hand, threading it through, and then you can bring your top hand up and just release it. And a very gentle twist here. And taking that hand back in front of your face, pushing up to all fours, and then we'll thread the needle on the other side. Lifting that top arm up and releasing it gently behind your back. And taking that top hand, placing it in front of your face, and pressing up to all fours. And now we're going to move into Shavasana. And so again, we're going to do Shavasana on our side. You can grab a pillow for under your head and under your knee if you want. And moving down on your side. And you can place your hand on your belly, connect with your baby, and scan your whole body and relax your body. Feel heavy on the ground. And open your eyes, wiggle your fingers and your toes, and slowly stretch and push yourself up to a seated position. And I will read the yoga card for today. And the yoga card is, I take time to connect with my baby and I send my baby love. So if you wanted to grab your own download of the pregnancy yoga cards, I will put a link to that in the description below, as well as I will put a link to my complete guide on how to cope with pain in labor and strategies to reduce pain in birth and labor, as well as there's a pregnancy meal plan and a whole bunch of other free resources. So thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today and joining me. Namaste to you and namaste to the babies. And if you haven't tried my previous prenatal yoga for sciatica, I'm going to link to that right there, as well as I will link to the whole prenatal fitness and yoga playlist that you can check out there. And I will put the subscribe button right in front of me there. So if you like videos like these, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell to get notified every Wednesday when we put out a new video.